Hello and welcome back to another episode of Tiger Eye. We've got a great episode for you this week. If you would like to donate to JORTC's canned food drive, see Colonel Weatherstone in the morning room 303. Tomorrow is the practice and pre-ACT, so make sure you get your full 8 hours tonight. Another important event happening tomorrow is Fields of Faith, so be sure to join everyone here at 4 tomorrow at 5:45. Carpentry class is currently working on their projects for the year. Lila is taking a deeper dive this week into the class. There are so many projects going on at Ford, but also outside of school. Taking a look into our community, we are looking at a new program called Catawba County Women Who Care. Connor this week is taking a look at some of our student body who is currently doing an internship. But first, let's give it to Lila.
Carpentry is one of the many CTE classes offered to students at Ford. But unlike most high school classes, it provides students with hands-on work and physical labor. For senior Nicholas Amick, the class's uniqueness is what makes it enjoyable.
I find it, a little more fun than, sitting at a desk or something all day.
While the physical aspect of the class is one of its main appeals, there are other features that make carpentry what it is.
The cooperation between people, seeing people, there's times that you can see light bulbs kind of go off in people's heads whenever they figure something out. It's good to see that. And just having multiple hands working on a project it's good.
Teamwork, I feel like, is the most important thing when it comes to working with people.
In the past, carpentry students worked together to build doghouses, and they have since upsized to deer stands. But for Mr. Barlow, the purpose of these projects is to understand how to build something even bigger.
Well, the deer stands out there, they're framed just like a house would be framed. That way they have a hands-on with every part of a house, but just in a very small version.
Projects like these help students prepare for their futures, whether they plan on going into carpentry or not.
I know most of the students are not going to be carpenters for a living, but they give them the information they need to function in life.
I think there's valuable information to be learned, even if you're not going to go in the construction field.
Carpentry students will leave high school with a plethora of skills to take into the real world. We're looking forward to seeing their future projects. Heather?
Thanks, Lila. It is interesting to see all of the opportunities here at Ford. This week, we're taking a further look at a new opportunity in our county. At the end of 2022, a new organization was made to help nonprofits make more of a difference and spread further their cause. This organization is a collection of women called Catawba County Women Who Care. Founder Zan Pilgrim expressed her reasoning of how it will get our community together in a new way at a lunch with 3 friends who are now the steering committee, hoping they would join her in starting the program.
And I feel like, most of us want to be more connected to each other. We want to be more connected to our communities, but we don't really know how to go about it because we're all so busy and we've got so many obligations. And so why don't we come up with some plans in 2023 for things to move forward on to find that connectedness.
During the meetings for Catawba County Women Who Care, the ladies get together to vote for 1 out of 3 nonprofit organizations who speak about why they believe the $100 given by each member in attendance should go to them. This large amount of money given creates a larger effect the group has.
From a $100 check that turns into a $15,000 gift from a group, it just has so much greater impact.
For the nonprofit to get member Miranda Dominguez's vote, she needs to see passion for the cause. In the recent September meeting, she found an abundance of it.
You could tell they weren't just getting up there asking for money. They could feel it, from their heart, soul, that they really want to make a difference in the community. And that's important.
The organization has 3 meetings spread throughout the year, all being 1 hour each. For member Tammy Williams, this is important with the scarce amount of time she has being an insurance broker, and on top of her just recently opening her own sports bar with her husband.
My time is limited, so I don't have time to go donate an hour every single week to a nonprofit. But this is a way that I can give back.
With such little time out of work for Tammy, she is able to use the 3 hours spent a year in these meetings to outsource for her 2 running businesses while also donating to the nonprofit of her choice.
It gives you camaraderie. So most of the women there are business professionals. A lot of them actually own the business. So it also helps me network.
Zan Pilgrim, being a part of an all-women group before, has her own reasons as to why she agrees with the restriction to women only being allowed to be a constituent and vote when she started the program locally.
It's left a lot of us feeling a little disconnected from each other and from our community. And then I didn't know if I wanted to bring couples into it because I think that brings a whole different dynamic.
Zan wants for women to be able to have their own group in Catawba County, as she feels others do.
And there are groups all over the nation for children, for men, for couples, just a variety. But I thought it would be fun to have a group of women in our community.
Founded, made, and now attended by only women, members see this as a positive rule for the meetings.
Women can understand each other better than men can, and same with men, like they can understand when they're together. Men and women are very different.
I love the fact that it's a group of women. I love the fact that women have power now. Like we're in history, we're making changes and doing things that we never were able to do. And I like the fact that it is a group of women, and I've met women. I'm born and raised in Catawba County, and through this group, the very first meeting, I met 3 women that I'd never met before.
Veterans Helping Veterans, a nonprofit partnered with multiple others to improve the community and aid disadvantaged veterans, won the majority of votes at the most recent meeting in September. With a new $17,000 going towards their cause, it had to sink in for not only Speaker Rashina Carter, but also the other volunteer members of the group.
It was at first, it was like, yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, we won. And then once they realized how much we won and the entire process that went into what we had to do to win, then they were a little more excited. Like, that's amazing. Yeah, we actually won that? Oh my goodness. Yeah, so it was great.
Having 200 vendors and servicing around 250 veterans last year at their spring stand down, the nonprofit will use Catawba County Women Who Cares donation money to host their upcoming one. Now, it's time to talk to some of our student body to get a better insight of internships here at Ford. Connor?
Here at Ford, we have internships, ranging from dentistry to the fire department. For Taylor Carey, this has allowed her to explore her interest in dentistry.
I've always found hygiene and taking care of my own teeth interesting, and I've always thought that that would be a good job for me.
I'm interested in the fire department. I don't want to make my career out of it, but I definitely want to volunteer. I love it. And I like helping people.
With classes here at Ford and driving to an internship for additional work time, students have learned to manage their time effectively.
Planner. I have to plan out all my tasks, and I make a to-do list before.
I manage my time effectively by going up there for anywhere from 1 to 2 hours a day to make sure I'm getting the stuff done and helping.
Managing time allows interns to do the different work that they have. A lot of it does not look normal from a typical class.
Okay, so you do what takes the longest first. Like when you're cleaning the rooms and stuff, you have to do take out the trash first, and then you can finally set it up.
Usually, with the other interns, I try to take leadership because I've been there before, so I know a lot of things that some people that are new don't know, so I usually just try to help them out as much as I can.
Being an intern isn't easy, however. Students going through internships overcome new challenges with time.
Yes, I've had to learn the teeth numbers and gum measurements and how to hold the tools and stuff.
A challenging part of my internship we had to do was we had to go through confined space training. I did an internship at the fire department, and we had to put on full gear, turnout gear, and then go through this tight trailer it was completely dark, and you had to crawl through it, try to get space. It was practice for finding victims in smoky areas.
It looks as though these skills will help with both careers and lives.
Well, that's all for this week. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you the next episode.